Timeout! Timeout! Miraloma High School called their final timeout of the game. They were playing Del Campo High School in the biggest water polo game in Miraloma's school history. The score was 5-5 with less than a minute left. The pressure was mounting as both sides swam back from the timeout. The Miraloma side, which had Sahej Singh as one of their captains, had gotten the ball, and he got it passed to him by one of the other team captains, Luke. As soon as Sahej got the ball, he was immediately double-teamed because prior in the game, he was accounting for two of the Miraloma goals. As soon as he was double-teamed, he looked to pass it out because he didn't want to turn it over. However, out of the corner of his eye, he saw his friend Charles wide open in the middle. He got the ball to Charles, Charles scored, and Miraloma finally advanced to the first champs in school history. Hello, my name is Sahej Singh, and that story took place in my senior year of high school during one of our biggest water polo games, at least that I've ever been a part of.
Oh, I love it. Okay. Such a good one. It's so great. Will you grab your piece of paper, push the podium out of the way, because I don't think that you need that one. And then, with this, you know this story, right? Do you feel like you know the story?
Yes.
Okay, let's take that piece of paper and put it on the podium for a second. And now, try to do it one more time. Everybody pretend that we have never seen it before. I loved it. We're so excited. Let's give them a big clap. And then, if you can, I think that this is going to physically come alive. Does that make sense? Because if we can see what's happening, and so when you said time out, that was awesome because it physically showed us, right? So if you can do the moves, double team, etc., without holding that hand, and you don't have to, but how you would tell us a friend when they double teamed him, right? Like, I don't know what that looks like, but if you could throw in some of that when you tell like a story, it helps a little. Don't feel pressure to do it, but if it comes naturally or you feel like, okay, let me use my hands to express that idea, go for it. Or your body. Okay.
And does this feel like the rest of the speech or just the intro?
Oh, yeah, just for the rest of this first part. Because I love it so much.
All right. Timeout! Timeout! Miraloma High School called its final timeout of the game. They were playing Del Campo High School in one of the biggest water polo games of the season. If Miraloma had won this game, they were going to go on to compete in their first champs, which would be the first in school history. The score was 5-5 with less than a minute left. As both teams swam out, the pressure was mounting. Both sides could feel it. The ball was hiked and sent back to the team captain, Sahej, who saw his friend Luke. Luke passed him the...
No, it's okay. You're doing fine.
It was sent back to Luke, who passed the ball to Sahej. As soon as Sahej got the ball, he was double-teamed immediately because early in the game, he accounted for two of the goals. As soon as he was double-teamed, he tried to get it out because he didn't want a turnover to happen. However, in the corner of his eye, he saw his teammate, Charles, wide open in the middle of the pool. He got the ball to Charles, Charles scored, and Miraloma won the game and advanced to their first champs in school history.
Woohoo!
Hello, my name is Sahej Singh, and that story was part of my senior year in high school and one of the biggest games that I've ever been a part of. I will be talking today in order for you guys to get to know me better.
Just the guys?
In order for you all to get to know me better about my hobbies and special interests, along with my career and my future goals.
You can take your paper back. Absolutely. Fantastic. Thank you so much for playing. You give us that first transition. Let's hear it.
All right. So as made evident by my personal anecdote, I have a lot of fun playing water polo. This is a team sport, and I usually love all team sports because in team sports, everyone is working together towards a common goal. So in water polo, that happens to be winning games. I joined water polo as a sophomore in high school. I never was really interested in water polo because it seemed like such a tough and daunting sport. However, I was a swimmer for so long that my swim coach freshman year told me to join the team, and so I tried it out and ended up loving it. Similarly, another team sport that has a lot of team qualities and team activities similar to water polo is basketball. I love playing basketball with a lot of my friends and competitively because it, again, embraces those team values of trying to win games and go towards a common goal. Now, these qualities that you learn from team sports help shape me and myself and going into my future and my own career goals. So in the future, within the next 5 to 10 years, I envision myself as being involved heavily in the front office of either an NBA or an NFL team. I'd like to make executive decisions about certain contracts and certain players and who to keep, and my ultimate goal is to be the GM or general manager of a sports team. The GM is responsible for every single acquisition and every player that goes in and out, along with the contract situation and everything else that comes with it. I'm very passionate about this, and I'm always seeking avenues to accomplish and fulfill my goals. Now, today, in conclusion, I told you about my hobbies and my special interests, along with my career goals and what I'd like to do in the future. As you can see back to my story in the beginning, there were a lot of team qualities that were shown. I could have kept the ball and I could have tried to score it, or I could have done something that would have made my own stats look better. However, I wanted our team to win, so I had to pass the ball out. And as you can see, in the end, when we won, the feeling was great for everyone. So I take these same qualities into my real life, and I hope that it can help me and carry me forward. Thank you.
Yay! Will you play one more thing with me? Will you do that last main point really quick? What I want you to do is just give us the first 3 sentences of that, even, or 4, of the last main point, and every time you get to a period or an exclamation point, however it ends the sentence, take a huge deep breath, because there's an in between them. So instead, and even if it has to be very dramatic and you have to slow it down, your brain works faster, like mine, and oftentimes we have to fill in because we keep going. So try to do that last one and just take a huge deep breath at each of your pieces of punctuation. Okay.
So these qualities that I talked about help shape my future goals and hopefully help me into my own career. Within my career, I hope to be involved in the next 5 to 10 years in the front office of either an NBA or an NFL team. My potential are... So using the business school and potential internships, I hope that I'm able to land a job in the front office of either an NBA or NFL team. My ultimate goal after working my way up is to be a GM or the general manager of an NBA or NFL team. The GM is responsible for all the acquisitions of the players, whoever goes in and out, and all the contract situations, along with everything else.
No, it's okay. That's good.
I'm very passionate about this subject, and I hope to continue to seek avenues and ways to accomplish this goal.
That was, even just being aware of it, that whole last part is the only one